Alright guys, Supreme Kami here, so we got Zeke right here, so we will be using Zeke in the Flame team, so let's kinda go over how the setup is gonna be looking like. So I do have a two team prepared for you guys as far as doing some damage testing to see which team composition is a little bit better as far as the Flame itself goes. Things to note about Zeke itself, even though he does hold the double resident having a physical and flame, if you scroll down just a little bit, it's to say that it's still only going to be doing physical damage. So if you do want to use this into sequential, unfortunately you're not going to be able to proc any damage. It's just going to say immune, so that's that. So this is the first team to kind of look at, or just basically what I want to accomplish using Zeke as a support, using Lan as another support, and then using Liu Ho as like the main damage dealer. The other team that I have kind of formulate will be this one. So instead of using Lan, we will be using Fiona. So this one technically still works. So this one is actually pretty good in it itself, because we have physical, flame, and alter. So that means in, let's say, Void Abyss, for example, we can use the better buff because we do have 3 different weapons. So that is something you can kind of cheese in. You can do so pretty good. But other than that, let's try out with this team first, and then we'll try out this one. Things to know about Zeke as far as things to do and things not to do. Since in terms of Zeke role for this specific comps, we are only going to be using him as support. So things to know is definitely cast a skill, because we do want to be able to trigger the totem, so we can immediately proctor and like kind of set up the field to do the execute. Things to know also, when you do use the skill, you are applying the snake bite to that one enemy. On top of that, we want to be using dodge attack. So if we land open, cloud, or cutting sword, I believe those are the name, or yeah, open or cutting sand and open cloud. So these are the dodge attack names, and these will apply the snake bite on the lock on target. So very important, cast a skill, dodge attack, and then swap over to your little hole to continue your rotation. I don't think there's a whole lot to read about. I think this goes further into like the servant chain of when you are facing more enemies. But since we are only going to be using on the cactus, we will probably not going to be seeing that. On top of that, we will also going to be showcasing up the execute that you can find on the very last one. So we just need to have the totem completely set up, and then I think on the second rotation, that's probably when I use it. I don't usually use the execute on the first rotation, so you guys will see. We'll go over to like a step-by-step of how I'm doing it. So let's actually get into it. Let's see how the rotation plays out. So here's a slowdown on how to do the overall rotation. So you guys are pretty much hearing a old Zeke, sad to say, but so we did start things out with Zeke's skill, dodge attack, immediately go into Lan, use her skill, and then now we're just going to be doing a few normal dodge attack with Liu Ho until we do have a closing into 2 charge ready. And then at that point in time, we will discharge into Lan, which is like right here. Discharge into Lan, use her skill, and then we are gonna jump cancel Zeke discharge, and then go into the skill immediately. So you can execute when the floor or like that symbol is glowing yellow. So basically at that point in time, we just have to sidestep, hold attack, and then just do 3 slashes, and then we will discharge back into Lan first for this instance, because we do want to reapply her discharge buff. And then we're just gonna go back to the standard rotation, and that is pretty much it. So at this point in time, after we are able to get up to 2 stacks, we will go back into Lan, discharge, skill, Zeke, jump cancel, discharge, and skill, dodge attack, and then go back into Little Hole, and that is your rotation. Here is the setup, so let me quickly go over that for you guys. So as far as matrix C, what am I using? So Liu Ho gonna be using the 4P set for Annabella, Fiona on Fiona, and then for Zeke we will be using Lance. Although you might say, why am I using it even though he's technically doesn't even do any flame damage specifically? This works. I think the most important thing is the 4-piece set. This is very important because this is giving things to every element. So flame, frost, physical, bolt. So that's why these later Matrix League are so valued because they offer things that are more universally based. So that's why it's good. This one just simply still good, right? So we gotta have that. So in terms of this build, let's kind of talk about the Matrix League for this one. So that's the setup. Matrix League, I went for Lon and Fiona because why? These are pretty much non-conditional. You pretty much just have to attack, stack 5 times, and you get the full buff for 18 seconds. This one you pretty much just have to deal with damage, and they are there. So this works really well. And then the other one, Lon on Lon, and then Liu on Annabella, and that's the setup. So here's the last 30 seconds of the cactus parts, and the team with Lon and Zeke in it, it just performs infinitely better than Fiona with Zeke, unfortunately. I think it's due to the fact that A1 Lon is providing so much to the Flame team currently in this specific setup. So that's why I think running her at a lower investment than even 6-star Fiona is a better option. So you guys can see the final number at 2 minutes is, roughly a good 30 million difference. So that is definitely a big chunk already. So that's incredible. Okay, so we are gonna hop into a quick joint op. This is gonna be the last phase as a practical testing for you guys. So let's see. So we will just do this actually, since we did charge up some of the things are there. Like what things? Okay, let's kind of skip that. Okay, notch attack. I can use this as well. Wow, I'm taking a lot of damage. Don't let on me. I'm like, come on, man. So in this team, we do have a lot of healings. We have healing from Luho herself, and then we also have healing from Zeke. So this team theoretically it should be able to perform fairly good. I would say. Like I am liking this team actually. Alright, I'm just gonna execute right away. Waste no time. Okay. Kinda unfortunate I used to execute where the enemy did have a shield, so it didn't really show like, oh, it did a lot of damage. But okay, we have to deal with these here's some mechanics. Okay buddy, can you kind of throw me like a ice pad? There you go. Thank you. I'm just gonna do this. Enough room for me to even discharge. That's neat. All right. Yeah. So I think overall Zeke this fit into the Flame team really well. Like the way they design it. So I think I even want to say if Zeke was at a higher star advancement, I think he would perform a lot more better, because mine right now is only at like what, 0 stars. So imagine his being 6-star. I think I don't know if he will be like on par with with Fiona on the same spot that we're looking at, but it may be. I don't know. Yeah, that's definitely something I would like to try, but unfortunately 1 star is all I'm getting because your boy's low on budget, so we ain't really investing a whole lot into every team right now. So that's why I just want one confident team, and that's it. All right, we are gonna take him out like right here shortly. All right, we're skipping that. I don't want to watch that animation. Yeah, but Zeke animation, everything from discharge to skill is way too long for some reason. I don't know. It's good like animation wise, but it's way too long. Alright, we're gonna wrap things up right here. So hopefully you guys do enjoy watching this video, and I'll be catching you guys all on the next one.